Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video, I just have some things that I want to ask the question of, have you tried these? Because I'm digging around in my makeup collection, I'm using these things, and I'm like, these are fabulous things. And I've either not given them a lot of love here on my channel, or I just have forgotten to. But truly, I have not just makeup though, because I also have, let's just start with it. Have you tried this? Have you tried this wine? Because this is Los Dos. It is a rosé, but it's a blend with Cabernet, which is my favorite red wine. I am a Cabernet wine lover. I've been playing around with rosés this spring, and I stumbled across this. I think it's like around, oh geez, Chelsea, maybe it's like $12, $13, $10, something like that. All I know is it is fabulous. It's absolutely delicious. So Los Dos, have you tried this? If you haven't, put this on your wine shopping list. You will thank me. It is the perfect wine for a hot summer day. Welcome. I kind of just jumped right on into this whole concept, but I just was digging in my drawers this morning, and I'm using these things. I've been using these things. I have a recipe I want to talk about, and I'm just kind of like, I don't even know what to call this video. Basically asking you the question of, have you tried it? Because I've tried it, and I've retried it, and some things I've rediscovered, and I love it. I love them. Iced coffee. If you haven't tried iced coffee, try it. I know some people only like their coffee hot, but I'm telling you, brew a really strong pot of coffee in your brewer, throw her in the fridge, tons of ice, fill her up, throw in your creamer, whatever it is that tickles your fancy, stir her up. Perfect for summer. Have you seen these? So you can pick these up, wherever they sell magazines. I picked this up at H-E-B, my local grocery store. These are a special interest publication put out by Better Homes and Gardens. These are a very nice magazine. They're not your typical papery, slippery feeling magazine. They're not flimsy. They're like thick, almost feels like cardboard. Not cardboard, whatever the word is. I'm so terrible with words. Really sturdy, thick paper, like what you would use if you were going to scrapbook. So they're very well made. So I have 3 of these that I've seen them put out so far. When they come out with their fall and winter editions, I don't know why I've never seen these before. Anyways, the cover caught my eye when I was going to the checkout, and it just so happened to be a day where I was buying all healthy stuff. And I will let you know that I do buy a bunch of junk too. I have those days where you go to the store and you're only buying healthy stuff, and then you go to the store and you're only buying junk. Like, I'm that person that rolls up with a huge cart full of just donuts and Doritos and ice cream and pop and liquor and wine, and need to pick up these Better Homes and Gardens. I have 3 of the magazines that they put out this summer. They are a little spendy. They're like $10, but it is all recipes. There's no stinking, there's some ads, but not really. The whole thing is just packed full of recipes. Yes, you can use the internet, but you know what? I like to have an actual recipe at my fingertips when I'm cooking. I hate going back and forth to my computer. It's really annoying to have to keep turning your phone on with dirty hands. I don't know how you cook, but I'm messy. I love this. I'm recommending this. Moving on. Alright, I got a basket full of makeup here. The first thing I have dug out, this is funny. So, when I first started watching YouTube, I was learning so much. Like, I was just being very, overwhelmed and saturated with makeup brands I had never heard of, and people, showing me how to do their makeup, and it was just so exciting. I like that I'm just all, chilled today. I didn't shave my armpits, so don't look too closely, but I'm loving filming in here because I can shut the door. I can leave my filming equipment up. I don't have to drag it out in and every time, and there's going to be a consistency with lighting if I don't have to keep, moving things around like I've had to do for the past year and a half. But anyways, let me know if you like it in here. But so anyways, when I first started watching YouTube, I was learning about makeup. I was learning how to apply it. I was learning about brands I had never heard of. And so I was going on the internet and researching all these things, and Inglot was a brand that I had never heard of. This whole concept of, well, really a lot of things was all new to me. But so I went to their website, and long story short, after being just completely sucked in with the amount of shadow shades that they had, and I was at that point, I probably owned 2 or 3 eyeshadows, all of which were a tone of brown, and I really didn't know what to do with them. So when I seen that Inglot had, so many shades, and it was like the color of the rainbow, and I kind of forgot I was buying eyeshadow and not shirts, this is what happened. So the first eyeshadow palette I ever made looks like this. Clearly I love color, but like I just said, these are not shirts. This is eyeshadow. And I gotta tell you, they're wearable. This is actually one of my favorite shades. It's a matte peach shade, and we're going to delve into this palette, and I'm actually wearing it today. So I dug this out today, and I put it on my eyes, and I'm just like, you know what? These shadows are really nice. You can buy them individually, which is great. You can go to Inglot's website, but Beautylish also sells Inglot, and they have really nice close-up swatches, which is incredibly helpful. That's another problem. When I bought these off of the Inglot website, they didn't have swatches, like hand swatches or nothing. It was just, you know, like a computer-generated version of the shadow, so it was really like, woo! Just got real sucked in. But you know what? Shockingly, these are all wearable. Like, these blues are really gorgeous. Inglot has a variety of finishes in their shadow. They have mattes, they have what's called double sparkle, they have a pearl, and they have something called an AMC. I'm not quite sure what that means. There is one shade in here. Let me just hold this up how it should be. Okay, so these Inglot palettes are super magnetized, and once you put them in, there's no way of knowing what the shade is, and their shades are also not named, they are numbered. So I just took a Sharpie and I wrote on the actual palette, but you can buy these and throw them into a Z palette or a magnetized palette of your choosing. But I did want to kind of go over the shades here because I actually really like the Inglot formula. I had forgotten how lightweight it is. It's a very thin feeling shadow, very lightweight. These blended like a dream. They really did, and I was shocked because since purchasing these, I've tried a plethora of brands and finishes and different eyeshadows. And you know what? I really enjoyed these. Starting with the top here, we have 388, which is matte. Then we have number 66, which is an AMC. Basically, it's a shadow that has just a tiny little bit of a shimmer to it. Then we have 449, which has a pearl finish. Then 366, which is a beautiful matte, kind of like an orangey, corally. It's really pretty on the eyes. I'm wearing this one today. Then we have 383, which is a matte orange shade. I am also wearing that. Then below here we have a matte peach, which is 361. This color is a 607. It is a pearl, kind of like a rusty red. This is number 495 double sparkle. I have this on as well. This is 320. This is a matte purple. And then the last we have 379 matte. It's like a periwinkle blue. You're gonna do your nails. My least favorite thing about doing my nails, besides the fact of waiting for them to dry, is that within 24 hours they are chipped and they look gross, you know, and I think that's why a lot of you, and myself in the past included, have just either not painted our nails, or when we do decide to get our nails done, we pay and go somewhere else and get something that's actually going to last. But I have found the top coat. Like, I will never be without this top coat now because it actually prolongs the wear of my nail polish, and it's super shiny, it dries really fast, and you don't have to only use it with the brand's counterpart products. So what I'm talking about is Essie's Gel Top Coat. You do not have to wear a gel nail polish. You don't need any gel light things, nothing. I put this over regular nail polish, every other brand I've ever worn. This is what I use with it. It lasts. My nails last, but this gel nail polish it's the bee's knees. It's the best top coat I've ever tried, hands down. Try it. Another nail polish brand, it's an indie brand. And this line has the coolest, most unique polish shades ever. And I don't have a lot of polish from them. My friend Jelena has a ton, and she's always sending me pictures of what she buys, or I'll see her nails and be like, what are you wearing? Wait, let me guess. I love nail polish. And she's like, yes. It's just such a cool brand, and they have such unique shades, different finishes. This one is incredible. This one is called Juliet. It is a glittery polish that is not absolutely horrendous to get off of your nails. Because you know when you paint your fingers with some sort of glittery thing, to get it off, you have the cotton gets stuck to it and you have it falling apart and your fingers all like cottony and it feels gross, and there's the whole texture thing. No, this has the glitter suspended within the polish, so when you paint your nails this color, there's no texture. It's within it, and it is so sparkly. It is so stunning. I don't even know if we can give you some justice here. All I know is when I wear this, people ask me what I'm wearing, and I have to tell them it's this I Love Nail Polish brand. I mentioned this next thing in makeup that I wear in the summer, that video, and I love to wear this in the summer because it's just a beautiful shade. But basically, I like to wear pigments in the summer because it's easy. You just wet them. I love that wet metallic-y lid in the summertime. Get a little bit more bronzy, sun-kissed skin, and I just think that a simple eye, I mean, we all want a simple eye in the summer. We want to wear a little bit of makeup and feel a little bit pulled together. So it's really easy to throw a bronzer in your crease or a transition shade in your crease and then just something sparkly on the lid. This is what I'm wearing today. Here, let's see if we can get in closer. On the inner part of my lid. This is called Shell. So what's neat about this by Dose of Colors is that the lid contains a corresponding matching cream shadow. It's very tacky, but it's meant to be because it's what's going to prep your eyes and also help the pigment stick to it. And because it's a matching shade, it's going to enhance the shade of the pigment more so than if you just did like a clear sticky base. So I think that's really genius, especially with some of the shades of pigments, to have that corresponding matching cream shadow is really going to boost the color. So this color is called Shell. It's a beautiful, like a peachy rose gold color. Color on this is just absolute. Let's see if we can get a little bit of the reflection here in the lid. It's a loose pigment for sure, but I'm telling you, if you put this right onto your lid with that sticky base already there, there's nothing that falls down here. It just adheres right to it. Very easy to use. It is just a beautiful, beautiful color. Have you tried this? This is really good. This is by Milani. It's their Stay Put Matte 17-Hour Wear Liquid Liner. It looks like this. It is seriously black and it dries completely matte. Now this doesn't have a brush tip like I'm used to. In fact, when I first opened it up, I'm like, oh, okay. I expected it to be a little bit, I don't know what I expected. I guess maybe longer, but it's a little bit shorter, so it's actually kind of nice because you can get to have more control when the brush isn't, you know, like so long or whatever, but it's incredibly black and it will dry matte and it stays put. It's really nice. It's from the drugstore. I definitely recommend giving her a whirl. We got some lip products. I'm kind of a lip product junkie. Even when I declutter, like, I still have a lot of lip products. But have you tried this? These lipsticks by Buxom. Now these are the bold lip gels and they have different finishes, but the one I specifically want to talk about is the matte finish. The matte finish in these lipsticks is very comfortable. It is a very nice wearing lipstick. When it wears off evenly. This color is a favorite of mine. Now if you are into red lips, definitely check out the matte finishes in this line because they have several colors. Now, red is one of those things where some of us like certain undertones more than others. They have a variety. This one is called Red Inferno. It's a blue undertoned lipstick, so it's kind of like that classic red lip, but I think a little bit brighter, which makes it very well suited for summertime. It's not really deep, like a rich apple color. It's a little bit of a lighter, brighter color, which I think makes it perfect for summer daytime. Now, I would pair this with a deeper red lip liner for that nice sculpted evening red lip, but this is so comfortable. It's very lightweight. It's almost like a slightly moussey texture a little bit, like it's very thin. But when you're looking for a matte lipstick, I want it to be thin. I don't want it to be thick because thick plus matte just is a disaster, and it's just, I'm not in love with it, but these are very comfortable. They're relatively affordable too. I want to say these are around a $20 bill. So Red Inferno is the color. This is the Bold Gel Lipstick by Buxom. When I was watching Mad Men, I was binge watching it, I went out and I bought this color because, what was her name? Betty wore a color very similar to this and I was obsessed with that, so I had to get one just like her. What I'm wearing on my lips today is just, I mean, this just screams summer to me, is a bold color done in a glossy look, like gloss, color, stain in one, like a 3-in-1 situation for summer is perfect. It's low maintenance. I'm drinking stuff. It is still on. This is by YSL and I love their stains. Their stains are beautiful because you're getting color, you're getting gloss, and you're getting longevity all in one. So this is the color 402. And this is their vinyl creams. Now they have their regular line of glossy stains, but the vinyl creams are a little bit more opaque. You're going to get a little bit more color Oh, it is just beautiful. So there it is next to the Buxom. So that's the Buxom shade. This one's got a little bit more of an orange, a slight orange to it, a little brighter. But I mean, if you're looking for color, gloss, and longevity, then I would highly recommend checking these out. There's several different shades, but the majority of them are like brighter, like more pops of color. I just think it is fun. It is great. It's a great product, and I definitely recommend them. Another long-lasting, comfortable formula within a liquid lipstick would be this. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I don't love liquid lipstick because I don't like how it dries the life out of your lips. Usually my lips are dry and cracky after I've worn one the previous day, or they hurt, or they just feel a little funky. If you're going to wear liquid lipstick, I would take the time to prep the night before, exfoliate, wear a really nice mask, that sort of thing. Get them prepared for an all-day life-sucking situation, and you'll probably enjoy the process a little bit more than just slapping her on and hoping for the best. But another thing I don't love about liquid lipsticks is they can tend to make your lips look like shriveled up and really tiny, whereas something glossy like this can make them look full and juicy and lovely. But this formula is really nice, and the liquid lipsticks I have, I still wear, and when they do get uncomfortable, I just put a gloss over it. But this color is one of those in-between shades. So I own a lot of lipstick, and I love lipstick, but every company has a red and a pink and a pinky nude, and you know what I mean? This is kind of in between. This is by Ciate. It's their liquid velvet liquid lipstick, and the shade is called Pinup. I also bought it because I love that pinup look, like makeup look. Okay, so here's what the wand looks like. It's got a nice point to it, so you can really get into, you know, like the sides and your little V in your lip or whatever. Do you like how I'm like air drying that for you? So this is a, how do I explain this color? It's kind of moussey too. It's like a brick red, but it's got a hint of, oh gosh, it's got a hint of like mauve maybe. It's really gorgeous. It's a super beautiful color. I'm wearing this color in my Modern Renaissance makeup look that I recently did with the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. For reference, if you'd like to head on over to that video and see it on me. But you guys, it's actually a really comfortable liquid lipstick. It doesn't feel dry and cakey. I don't get flakes with this or crusties, and it wears so well. I ate lunch with this, like shockingly. I wore this all day without reapplying. I ate breakfast, lunch, drank, dinner, all that stuff, and I still had a very nice color, wore off really well. So definitely recommend checking out the Ciate Liquid Velvets, specifically the color Pinup. So that is going to do it for today's video of, have you tried these? Because these things are really good, and I definitely recommend them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed yourself today, please make sure you are subscribed. Leave me a comment below, like and share this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.